In this video, I'm going to go through the bubble sort algorithm. The goal here is to teach you how to document, meaning how to record evidence, that you understand what is going on with the bubble sort. You will be getting questions on a test or a quiz that will expect you to know how to provide your evidence in the way that I'm showing in this video. And specifically passes, you need to understand what that means and what is meant when a question is asking you about a pass on an algorithm, whether that's the bubble sort or selection sort or another type of algorithm that you're completing. Okay, so here we go. Again, hopefully you saw the first video already on the bubble sort, the hands-on one, because this uses the same values, the same numbers, just so that you can make a connection between what you did with your hands physically and what you do when you actually provide the evidence for the data here. Okay, so this is our original data. So our pass column here is just going to say orig for original. All right, so that's what you start out with. And then you began carrying out that bubble sort algorithm. We'll kind of walk through it here, and you'll see how the passes represent running through the numbers all the way from the left to the right and recording any changes there. Okay, so when we looked at the 7 and the 13, did any switch happen? Okay, no, right? So the first time through, we looked at 7 and 13 and no switch happened. So we write down a 7 and a 13 because no switch happened. And then we looked at the next two, 13 and 0. Is a switch supposed to happen there? Yes, a switch is supposed to happen. The 0 is supposed to go here, and the 13 is supposed to go to the right. So a switch occurs right there, right? So I'm going to do this. To represent a switch happened, I'll cross that out. 13 no longer goes there. A 0 goes there, and the 13 goes over here. All right, so now I know that some switch happened there. Okay, and now, so I was right there. Now I move over. So now I'm over here. The 13 is really here. The 92 is over here, right? So 13 and 92. Is a switch supposed to happen there? No. These are in the right order. So that means that 92 simply comes down here. Again, this is the same thing that we were doing with the bubbles. It's just we don't have things to move around. All right, so 13 and 92. And now we're done there. So now we shift over 92 and 13. Is there a switch that's supposed to happen here? Yes, there is. That 92 is supposed to go here, and the 13 is supposed to go to the left. All right, so that 92 does not belong there. A switch needs to occur. The 13 is supposed to go here, and the 92 is supposed to go over here. Then we go here. Is there something else to compare it to? No, so we're done with that pass. So that was pass number 1, our first pass. After we passed through the numbers one time doing our comparisons, we were left with 7, 0, 13, 13, 92. We ignore the ones we crossed out. Okay, we know switches happen because of those little arrows there, so now we're going to continue now with our second pass. All right, we know there's a second pass that needs to occur because a switch happened. So we start again at the beginning. 7 and 0, is there a switch that needs to occur there? Actually, let me put a 7 here, right? And bring down the 0 there. Is there a switch that needs to occur here? Yes, there is. So the switch needs to happen there. That doesn't belong there. That doesn't belong there. The 0 belongs here. The 7 belongs there, right? And now we continue here. So 7 and 13. Does the 7 and the 13 have to switch? No. So the 13 is fine. Okay, now 13 and 13. Does the switch need to happen? No. They're fine. So now 13 and 92. Does the switch need to happen? No. They're fine. And that completes our second pass of the data. So we're left with 0, 7, 13, 13, 92. That is what the second pass created or produced. Okay, did a switch happen during the second pass? Yes, look, we can see the switch happened there. That means we need to do another pass. So 0 and 7. Does a switch need to happen? No. Okay, let's continue. 7 and 13. Does a switch need to happen? No. Okay, 13 and 13. Does a switch need to happen? No. 13 and 92. Does the switch need to happen? No. 92 and something else, there's nothing else. Did a switch happen at all? No. So we're done. So it took 3 passes there to complete all of our sorting, right? 3 passes with this bubble sort. Think back to the selection sort, or look at your selection sort and compare how many passes were required for the selection sort compared to the bubble sort. Which one's more effective? Which one works faster? Is there a reason for why one worked better than the other? Those are the types of questions you should be asking yourself. And then finally, just want to close on, make sure this technique you're comfortable with. In other words, you might get a question, right, that does not show you this on a test, and it'll ask you, during the second pass, what were the numbers when doing bubble sort? You're given all this other information. Can you go from here and provide the missing numbers there, right? Can you do that? That's the types of questions you'll get. Or maybe we'll block out one of these numbers. I don't know. Let's just say you block this one out and you can't get it or see it. Can you figure out what number goes there, right? Or maybe we block out 2 of them. Can you figure out what number goes there during the first pass? Those are the types of questions you should be able to answer.